Good evening. Phil Lindemann with your Krystal 93 News from Luna Lending.
I got this feeling, and I even said out loud to myself, something bad happened over here.
That was Chad. He's from right here in Summit, recalling the moment he found a body near Officers Gulch.
Literally after that, I see next to a boulder something that looks different than everything else, like out of place.
It was getting dark. Chad thought maybe his eyes were playing tricks, so he took a step closer.
But I saw what looked like an ear, and I flew. Like, I went down the mountain so fast on those rocks, I don't even think I touched them when I ran down them.
That was 10 days ago, just a few hundred yards from I-70. Most days after work, Chad is out prospecting for rare minerals and gold. This area, it was new to him, but it's not exactly a secret spot.
Who knows how many times somebody walked by him, or if somebody else did see him and didn't say anything. I don't know, but I couldn't do nothing.
It wasn't until the next day that he called the cops, but only after going back with a friend, just to make sure.
We definitely know now that that was not a tree spot.
Chad tells Krystal 93 no, he's not having nightmares, but he will not be going back there.
I don't know the guy. I don't want to know the guy. I didn't want to have to find him, but apparently I had to find him. If he has a family, I wish him the best.
Authorities still have not identified the body. They know he is a man in his 40s or his 50s. He was there 2 months at the most. Recent dry heat even partially mummified the remains, enough for an FBI specialist to pull fingerprints. An argument at the main branch library in Frisco today ended in handcuffs. It happened around 11 this morning. Here's Mike Schilling with Summit County Sheriff's Office.
During that disturbance, it was reported that one male chambered a round in a handgun.
That suspect's now in jail on multiple weapons charges. The other man involved has not been charged. A Breckenridge contractor accused of tax fraud and theft is getting more time to build his case. Justin Ord was in court this morning. His attorney asked for another hearing in late November, and the judge said yes. Ord was arrested nearly a year ago. His charges stretch back more than 2 years. Weekend warriors are fading on the I-70 mountain corridor. For the first time in 17 weeks, 3-day traffic at the tunnels slipped below 120,000 cars this weekend. We were down nearly 10% from the previous weekend, down about 0.5% from the same time last year. Welcome back to Rock Knowledge with Geo Joe Newhart, resident geologist at Friends of the Dillon Ranger District. Today, Geo Joe is taking us back to the birth of Summit's gold and silver.
There was a pulse about 42 million years ago of this mineralization, and that's what we see around the ages of the mineralization around Montezuma, up around Sapphire Point, Breckenridge, Leadville, all of that's around that time frame.
About 12 million years later, there was another pulse. This one not as shiny, but just as rich.
And its chemistry is a little different. Rather than having the gold and silver that we see, that 30 million year event led to the molybdenite that we see at Climax and Henderson mines.
Come back next week for Rock Knowledge with Geo Joe Newhart. Local fire danger remains very high today in Summit County and our neighboring forests. Summit has a stage 1 fire ban. And in local sports, the Avalanche, they're playing the Islanders tonight, 7 o'clock. Phil Lindemann, Krystal 93 News.